Welcome to this video overview of working with tax authority relationships in SureTax. In this tutorial, we will cover locating, adding, and editing tax authority relationships in the Sure Returns module. After logging into SureTax and selecting the company you want to work with, you can use the menu to navigate to different parts of the SureTax platform. Today we're going to be focusing on the Returns module, specifically tax authority relationships, so I'll click that. When the tax authority relationship screen comes up, you are presented with the familiar SureTax map. This map details where across the country you currently have a relationship with a taxing authority that requires you to file a return. Scrolling down past the map, you arrive at the map details section that gives you more information on your company's relationships. In our example, you can see that we have set up tax authority relationships in 11 states, and we have all the forms active. Let's select Connecticut and drill down a little further. When you arrive at the map details for the state that you have selected, you see an option to select the tax authority that you wish to work with. Here in Connecticut, we only have the option to work with the Connecticut Department of Revenue, but if we were working with a state like Colorado that has multiple local authorities that require filings, you would see a card for each of those as well. Let's select the Connecticut Department of Revenue card to further drill into the relationship. The Tax Authority Relationship dialog allows you to view an existing form setup, or add the form that you need to file. Let's expand the accordion and see the setup for the Connecticut Form OS 114, that has already been configured. This should all look familiar to you. Let's go through the different fields. First up is Form, where you can select the form that your business is required to file from the list in the drop-down. Note that you cannot edit the form once a relationship has been set up. If you need to add another filing, simply select the Add Another Form link, and a blank input area will display at the bottom of the dialog. You are also presented with the filing frequency options that are available for the form you have selected. Here, you can update your filing frequency at any time if that changes over the course of your relationship with the tax authority. Each relationship requires you to configure a start and end date. By default, the system will select the current period as the start date and the system end date as the end date. Once a relationship is set up, you can always change the end date, but you cannot change the start date. Tax license number is the number that has been assigned to you by the tax authority to identify your business. This field is optional and most returns will generate just fine without it. However, if you have elected to use one of our electronic filing options, you may be required to input your tax license number for the file to generate properly. Under Preparer Contact Information, select any of the users of your CCH SureTax account that have been designated as a preparer. This user's basic contact information will appear on the form when it is generated by SureTax Returns. Location-based reporting information is a section that will be covered in detail in another training, but here you are able to configure options if your business has multiple locations in a tax authority that require special reporting. Selecting Save will apply any changes that you have made and update your relationship accordingly. If you don't wish to save any of your changes, simply select Cancel. And then close out of the Tax Authority Relationship window. To see authorities where you have nexus but no active relationships, just change the filter on the map details screen to All, and you will be presented with a new list of authorities to work with. If I wanted to add a new relationship, let's say in California, I could do so by clicking its card in the map details. And then on the tax authority. This opens the tax authority relationship dialog again, for this tax authority, where I can click Add Another Form and fill out the fields we've covered in this video. This is where we'll bring things to a close. I hope this overview has familiarized you with locating, adding, and editing tax authority relationships in the Sure Returns module. Thanks for watching our video on tax authority relationships in SureTax.